So in part one of this little series, we talked about the 1963 and 1964 110s, and I ended in the announcement in December of 1963 for what was going to be in model year of 1964 for the 110. And so what I've got is some sales documentation from June of 64, August of 64, and October of 64. And we're just going to kind of go through them in sequential order. So in June, this is St. Louis, Missouri, June 17th, 1964. This is basically an update to all of the various allied attachments and attachments for the 110. If you look back at the previous video, it said there were going to be further announcements as they tested attachments. So the first one is Cyclone Cedar, the model M1 electric spreader that can go on the front of the front of a 110. Then you have the 110 lawn and garden tractor clearance of the Danco loader. So limited clearance is an allied item now applies to the Danco loader with work bucket, snow bucket, forklift, boom crane, and counterweight box attachments for use in conjunction with the John Deere 110. The following restrictions and conditions must be adhered to when using the Danco loader on the 110. Rear wheel treads must be set at 33 inches. High flotation tires cannot be used. However, floor pie tires can be used for heavy duty work. 2 sets of rear wheel weights plus 150 pounds in the counterweight box, or 1 set of rear weights and 270 pounds in the counterweight box are required. Relief valve setting should be 1800 maximum PSI maximum. Tractors below serial number 15,000 must be field equipped with AM30370M front axle, which my guess is that's moving from the steel tube front axle to the cast iron front axle. And special heat treated reinforced spindles will be furnished with the loader and must be installed on the tractor. Also at the same time, the approval of the Haven Model 406 sickle bar mower. And some of the specifics here. And then we have the Jenkins Model 48 C48 JD sweeper. So this would be what the sweeper, the bristle, the Palmera bristle sweeper that we know of. You also could get wire, plastic, and nylon bristles. The Johnson Workhorse Midget 10 loader was also approved. The M&W Deere Company fence row mower. So the fence row mower is a very uncommon mower, but it is the one that attaches to the front. The Roxy Bonner model UM21-3W 3-gang mounted mower was applied. And then I left this in here because some people like to collect toys. In August 12th of 1964, and they announced the new John Deere 110 toy tractor. 1/16th replica of the John Deere lawn and garden tractor, and it's the toy 110 is available in dozen cartons and is ordered by number 538 from the St. Louis Sales Promotion Department. Price to use $11.72 per dozen. I am pretty sure that one and pristine in the box costs more than $11.72 now, not much less, $12. And then also there's a toy order form that I have to go along with that. So that was June of 64. In August of 64, this is the new lawn and garden tractor and attachment lines for 1965. So this is talking about everything that was added for the 1965 model year. A few changes and improvements have been made in which features easier operation, greater operator comfort, simplified maintenance service, and greater all-around utility of the 110 tractor and companion powered tools for 1965. These added refinements should further encourage an enthusiastic consumer market to our now famous weekend retirement plan. These new 1965 models will more than meet the competitive battle where there is no substitute for victory, and they look like a tractor, built like a tractor, drive and handle like the big tractors. And so the new 4-speed, the 4 forward, 1 reverse gear transaxle, they were talking about the creeper gear has been added to provide slower ground speed of the 30 integral rotary tiller and other ground speed controlled attachments. And then John Deere approved allied attachments. Picture sheets attached to this bulletin illustrate the complete line of attachments available for both current and new 110 tractor for 1965. So let's go through that equipment list. Now, I have shown in previous videos other versions of this. I think I have a Minneapolis release of this on yellow paper. I think I've shown it, but this is the equipment, John Deere and Allied 110 for lawn and garden tractors for 1965. So this is all the equipment that you could get. 38 rotary mower in August of 64, 42 front blade. Now keep in mind, the 42 front blade, if you look at it very closely, no longer tilted from side to side for 65. 36 snow thrower, two-wheel dump cart, which was available in November of 1964. If you think about to the previous video, you will see that they were working on improving the dump cart. Now, what's really interesting is capacity of 8 cubic feet or 900 pounds, box lengths 42 by 30 by 11. And here it has the 4.8 by 4 by 8 pneumatic 2-ply regular, or 6.5 by 8 high flotation tires are optional. What's really interesting is the fact that you could get the larger tires as an option. And a lot of people assume if a cart has skinny tires, it is an early cart. But you could get the larger tires as an option even when the carts first came out. So that's just something that a lot of people assume a cart with skinny tires is an early cart. 30 integral rotary tiller. So the tiller will be furnished and priced as a 30-inch width of cut, reducible to a 22-inch width of cut, an extension bundle available, which will make it 38 width of cut, available in December 1964. So really 65 was the first, model year 1965 per se, was the first year he could get an integral rotary tiller. In December of 64, they came out with the air compressor. You already had the front mount 540 PTO for the machine, the integral hitch. So this is when they redesigned the integral hitch. You had the various types of tires. You still had the 7 sprayer. You still had the 5 sprayer that was available for towing. Like I said in the previous video, the 5 sprayer actually came out in 1962. You have the drawbar extension, which you already needed, and I think they did away with that in 65 or 64 or 66. I can't remember which one. Rear wheel weights. These are still the single notch rear wheel weights. You have your slab weight brackets, the lights were available, the tire chains, the pistol luber, which I always think is amazing, the cigarette lighter, which is from Dubuque Works, chrome hubcaps, which we know was 1963 based on our previous, and then we have the clear plastic cover and the red Christmas ribbon, which I've always wanted to find one of those and redo a 110 just so I could cover up like that with the red Christmas ribbon. And then what's really important is up prior to 1965 units, the power sheave off of the engine could not accept the PTO pulley, which you see on the outside here. So this pulley right here had to be replaced if you wanted to run that 540 PTO on a 63 or a 64. So there's various different styles of these pulleys, whether it's a 110 or a 112, what year it is, whether it was a hydraulic lift machine or not, based on the year. And then we have the horn assembly right there. Order all of the John Deere attachment accessories from John Deere Horicon Works, with the exception of the number 5 and number 7 sprayers, which should be ordered from Planter Works, and the cigarette lighter from Dubuque, and the horn from Waterloo. Then at the same time, we have all the allied attachments, the plow, the rotary rake, the cultivator, the garden cart, the garden planer, the front rear disc, the toolbar, the furrow with furrow openers, or the spring tooth, all of that, and there's all kinds of attachments you get. The Snowco trailer, the Suburbia umbrella, the Surrey shade, the sun top and frame, and the winter enclosure. And on the back here, probably my favorite page, you have the Cyclone spreader, you have the Haben sickle bar mower, you have the Sweepster rotary broom, you have the front and rear mounted 3-gang mower from M&W. And then you have the Johnson. This is the first marketing picture per se of the Johnson 10 loader, and then you have the Danco loader It's actually a trip bucket loader. So that was in August of 64. In October of 64, because they continued to bring new Allied attachments on for the 110s, this is 3 new Allied attachments have been approved for operation with the 110 tractor for 1965. We suggest the attached sheet be added to the equipment picture sheets previously sent with Bulletin 12-764, which is this bulletin right here that we just went over. What we see is the 40 vacuum attachment with optional bag cart. This was from Easy Rake. The 40 vacuum attachment with the 80 two-wheel dump cart, tailgate removed. This is probably a much more common setup. This is a very uncommon setup. Very, if any, are known to exist. This setup, obviously, it would be very difficult to find this type of setup, because basically what happened is this bag would have rotted away. Chances are people aren't going to know what this trailer is, and it's been thrown away. I don't know of very many people that have even seen one of these in person or have even heard about it. If you know of one that is correct, period correct, obviously Easy Rake made many of these things over the years, and for other brands as well. But if you know that it originally had a John Deere deck boot on it and everything set up for the Deere, and obviously this is a little bit more popular because a lot of times people just had the 80 carts already. And then you had probably one of my favorites, the Viking 33 landscape roller and blade, of which I do have one. I think they're just amazing. I do want to try it out this spring. And then the 5-gang Roxy Bonner reel mower. This actually stuck around all the way through the 140, moving into the future. So that is my history on the 110, at least through 1965. Hopefully that was informative as the attachments came on board. I know a lot of times people think that when Deere released the 110, everything happened at the same time, when in fact attachments occurred over time. And if you're thinking about it, we were talking about 1965 just a few seconds ago. The 110 was only going to be around for 2 more years and then in 1968 the 140 came out and the square fenders came out and everything changed. So realistically, there were only 2 years or 3 years, depending on how you look at it, 2 or 3 years that all of the attachments were available for purchase from your Deere dealer that fit a brand new machine. And let's be perfectly honest, if you're buying this machine and you're going to buy something new, chances are you're going to want to buy the latest and greatest, not just a new attachment. And if they don't work on a new model, you're not going to buy them. That's why there's lots of rumors out there saying that Deere tossed a bunch of Model 20 compressors out of a warehouse several years in the 1970s. The rumor has it. I don't know if that's true or not. Obviously, maybe somebody was there and will comment on the video. But anyway, hopefully that was informative, and this was a decent 2-part history lesson. I'll put these videos up. If you have questions, comments, leave them below, and hopefully it'll warm up here in the next few days and I can get back outside doing real work. Thanks for watching.